I'm Chris Corba. I'm with the League of Women Voters of the Greater Dayton area, and I'm here today with candidates running for Kettering Council at Large. The candidates are Laura Arber, Dan Palmer, and Tyler Scott. Dan Palmer was not available to join us today because of a prior commitment. We'll start our interviews by giving the candidates 1 minute to tell us about themselves and why they want to serve on the Kettering Council at Large. So let's start with Laura. You have a minute.
Thank you for the League of Women Voters for hosting this forum. As a first-time candidate for the Kettering City Council, I'm honored to be here. My motivation is simple. This is my community, and I believe this is my place. I believe it is my place is at the table where the decisions are being made and are affecting our lives. I'm a 27-year resident who has dedicated 2 decades of volunteer service to Kettering, from the Board of Community Relations to the Park and Recreation Board and to the Arts Council. I have a long history of being involved in the community. My professional background also ties in. I was a continuous improvement lead in project management, which allows me to bring a collaborative data approach to complex issues in our aging infrastructure and our fiscal challenges. I'm running for City Council because I want to ensure Kettering continues to thrive for decades to come, and I'm ready to bring my long-standing commitment and passion to the council.
Thank you very much, Laura. Tyler, you have a minute to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit why you're running for Kettering Council at Large.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to be able to conduct this interview today. My name is Tyler Scott. I am a 23-year resident of Kettering my entire life. I've been passionate. I've been passionate about government since about my junior year of high school, when I took AP Government, and I participated in Youth and Government Day, where we did do a mock city council for the city of Kettering. I was then selected to Buckeye Boys, which is a mock government camp at Miami University, put on by the American Legion. And from that point on, I really knew that one day I would do something in government. And yeah, I feel like right now is the right time because I'm established in my career. I'm not married or have children, so I have a lot of time on my hands to be able to dedicate to this position. And I really hope to bring some youthful energy and a different perspective as a young professional living in our city.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to start. I will ask each candidate the same questions. You'll have 2 minutes to speak to each of the questions, and then I'll move on to the next candidate. We'll start with Tyler. First question is, what do you see as the biggest challenges facing the city of Kettering?
The biggest challenge for me and my number one campaign point has been housing. As a young guy living in Kettering, there's not much option for housing for us. So I think one of the biggest things that we can do as a city to quickly add housing stock is by banning temporary, like short-term rentals, getting rid of Airbnbs. I've done a lot of research through this. There are over 100 single-family homes listed on sites like Airbnb and Vrbo. And right next to my parents' house, there is an Airbnb. The problem is they take up all the parking spots on the street, so it's sometimes difficult for me to be able to park in front of my own home. And yeah, it's a very easy fix for us to do because building and zoning that takes years at a time. So I think that that's one of the biggest things that we can do straight off the bat, to just say, hey, let's have a 6-month action plan and say we prohibit Airbnbs just like the city of Oakwood did about 5 years ago. And then we just follow through with the zoning and making sure that we are enforcing that prohibition there. And my hope is that it'll open those homes up to either be sold to families or they'll be opened up for long-term rentals. I know that we have a lot of travel nurses here with Kettering Health Network. So yeah, I think that that's a very easy fix, at least for on the short term. That's something that we can do. But I think that housing is our number one problem that we need to be focused on. We need to get more young people in. Most of the people that I've graduated with, they've moved away because just the housing cost here is it is very high.
Thank you. Laura, what do you see as the biggest challenge facing the city of Kettering?
So Kettering's most significant challenges are directly related to our success as that mature landlocked city. Our aging infrastructure and housing stock is our primary concern. While we are a desirable place to live, we must invest thoughtfully to maintain and modernize our systems, from the roads to the water lines, to ensure they can support Kettering for decades to come. I believe this is a challenge we can address proactively. Our city staff and leaders have been strategically reinvesting in our infrastructure for years. We must continue to prioritize these investments and look for new ways to fund them. Another significant challenge is sustaining our business growth. The key is to find ways to generate revenue to support the high quality services we expect without putting that additional burden on our residents. We also need to maintain our existing anchor institutions like Kettering Hospital and Reynolds, who are crucial to Kettering. A formal mechanism for outreach, such as a dedicated council of business leaders, is needed to ensure a strong communication support for these businesses. My professional background in continuous improvement and project management and my experience on the strategic planning committee has prepared me to tackle these issues. I understand how to collaborate with city staff, with business owners and residents to optimize how we deliver our services. By leveraging our existing spaces and empty buildings, we can grow our tax base and create new jobs in a way that respects our community's character. If elected, I will bring those collaborative approach to the council. I will partner with our city leaders and staff to find smart, long-term solutions that will help Kettering remain a vibrant and desirable city to call home for decades to come.
Thank you very much. The next question, we'll start with Laura. How do you see the role of city council in the city management form of government?
So the city council creates and updates and approves our ordinances for the city and is responsible for looking ahead and planning for the Kettering's future. Then the city manager or managers is then responsible for the day-to-day operations and implementing those policies. As our Mayor Lehner recently highlighted, our most significant policy decisions each year for the council is establishing the budget. If elected, I'm committed to working with the other council members to make decisions that reflect the residents and are aligned with our priorities from our 2023 strategic plan, and as we particularly review our 2026 budget. I will be an informed and accessible representative for all Kettering residents.
Thank you very much. Tyler, how do you see the role of city council in the city management form of government?
Sure. So under our city charter, our city council serves as the legislative body. They're responsible for setting all the policies, approving the budgets, and ensuring that government really works for its residents. And I see it really as we need to be held accountable. We need to absolutely be listening to our residents and making sure that the policy actually fits what our residents want. So my hope is really to really get people engaged in council. I've gone to the meetings, and there's really not a lot of people there, and that's one thing that I feel like we do as a lot of residents. They do a lot of not necessarily complaining, but they're very critical. But what I need to do is get people to actually show up and say, hey, these are my concerns and I want to be heard. So yeah, absolutely. I hope that we'll be able to have some kind of outreach programs where we really can say, hey, please come to city council, or allow the council to be streamed and questions, live questions, to be able to be asked. Really bring city council into the year 2025 and maybe not do council like we did back in the 80s and the 90s. Um, so yeah, I really think that we need to act with transparency. We need to be planning for the future, and we really need to get people involved.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next question and the last question, we'll start with Tyler. Describe the skills and experience you will bring to the council at large.
Absolutely. Well, first off, I bring a lot of public service. For 8 years, I worked with the city of Kettering in various different roles. I started working in Adventure Reef as a concessions attendant, where then I was able to be promoted, and I worked as a assistant arena coordinator for the ice arena. And then I transitioned into being a lifeguard back at Adventure Reef. Um, I worked as a retail manager, managing a staff of about 15. We oversaw all of the freight that came into the store. Any item that you could buy off the shelf was seen over by me. And now I work in finance as a personal banker and help families make smart financial decisions. And I believe that all that experience really will guide me in being able to make responsible and balanced choices for all of our residents here in Kettering.
Thank you very much. Laura, describe the skills and experiences you will bring to the council at large.
Thank you for this important question. The skills and experience I bring to the City Council are a blend of my long-term commitments to Kettering and my professional background. For over 2 decades, I've had the honor of volunteering for the City of Kettering. My service on the Parks and Recreation Board and the Arts Council have given me a deep appreciation for the unique services that make our city so vibrant. It's also given me that firsthand look on how the city policy and budget decisions directly affect the quality of life in our community. My, my professional career as a continuous improvement lead at CareSource has also equipped me with crucial skill sets. I'm a problem solver who believes in a data-driven approach to complex issues. I know how to bring collaborative voices to the table, and I will work to ensure the council continues to make informed and transparent decisions that serve the best interest of all our residents. I can also bring my skills to continually look at ways to optimize how we operate and ensuring every taxpayer dollar is used effectively. Finally, my involvement in the 2023 Strategic Planning Committee was especially impactful. It gave me a first-hand understanding of the complex decisions that shape Kettering's future and reinforced my belief that to thrive, we must have an engaged and experienced council.
Thank you very much. Now we're finished with the question and answer time, and you have 1 minute each to provide a closing statement. So Laura, if you would start first, please.
Thank you. I'm committed to representing the interest of all Kettering residents and ensuring everyone has a voice in our city's direction. As a first-time candidate, I believe my background gives me a valuable perspective. My 2 decades of public service, particularly on the Strategic Planning Committee, have given me a deep understanding of our community's needs and a passion for Kettering. I will ensure we wisely manage the assets that make Kettering a premier city, from our neighborhoods and to our businesses. To do this, we need a thoughtful economic development that supports our community services without burdening residents. I'm confident that my experience, my dedication, and my commitments to a collaborative will make me a valuable asset for City Council. I'm just not asking for your vote. I'm asking for the opportunity to partner with you to continue to help our city thrive.
Thank you very much. And Tyler, you have 1 minute for a closing statement.
Thank you. Um, I believe that we really need to be supporting not only our strong schools, that is one of the big things that really pulls people into Kettering. We need to tackle the issues with housing. We need to be able to build more housing. Now, the unfortunate part is that we are landlocked, so we do need to look for creative solutions to try to solve those problems. And most importantly, we also need to bring back jobs with the losses of both Tenneco and that L Brands building. We've lost about 650 jobs over the last 5 years. So as a person on city council, my plan is really clear. I think we need to come up with creative solutions to be able to solve our housing issues, bring jobs back, and support our schools. That's one of the strongest things that parks and schools are what bring our people to Kettering. It's the biggest thing that draws people in. So I think that my plan is really clear on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate your participation today and good luck with your campaigns. The League of
Thank
Women
you very
Voters
much.
encourages all candidates to run an issues-oriented campaign. Our goal is to educate the voting public and to strengthen our elective process. The annual Voters Guide will be distributed beginning the first week of October, and it will be distributed through the Dayton Daily News, local newspapers managed by AIM Media, as well as local libraries, schools, and businesses. The last day to register to vote for the general election is October 6th, and early voting will begin on October 7th. You can also request an absentee ballot. No matter how you choose to vote, please vote. Your vote is your voice, and that's what keeps our democracy strong. So thank you very much again for participating today.